Hey everybody, what's going on? Brent here. Good to see you. As always, welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome if it's your first time. So I just got back from a 2-day event out at Cherry Point MCAS. It was an SCCA sponsored autocross event. Now, if you don't know what that is, SCCA is the Sport Car Club of America, and autocross is kind of an impromptu road course kind of thing. So the way it works is the organizers go out and find a nice big open area, a parking lot, or in this case it was a runway at an airfield, and they set up a course for you to drive using orange traffic cones. So everyone that registers for the event is broken down into different classes based on their car, so what they're driving, what mods it has, so on and so forth. Or you can do like I did this time and you can select the novice class, because this is my first ever autocross event. So the day of, everybody gets there, they're broken down into two different groups. Group 1 runs the course while Group 2 is working, and once Group 1 finishes, they switch places. Group 2 runs the course while Group 1 works the course. Now, you are still competing against all of the drivers in your class, even though you may not be running at the same time. So the way it works is everything is based off your time that you ran for the course. So whoever has the fastest time in your class takes first, and so on down the line. So it was a lot of fun. I plan to go back. I know how this car will run straight line on the drag strip. It's pretty quick, but can she dance? That's what I wanted to find out. How maneuverable is she? Does she steer? Does she brake? What can the Plaid do on a tight, twisty little autocross track? So that's what we came to figure out. Now, before we get to the videos, I want to remind you, smash that like button, give it a thumbs up, and lets YouTube know to show the video to other people, and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. Again, this was a 2-day event. This video is day number 1. Day number 2 will be coming soon. So without further ado, let's get to the racing. Welcome to the 7th event of the season for the SCCA North Carolina region Forza Motorsports at Cherry Point MCAS. Let's take a look at how the course was set up for the 7th event in the North Carolina region. Getting started, the first set of cones that drivers approach are the starting cones. Drivers wait here until the starter gives a signal to begin the run. Once signaled, drivers take off and head for the timing cones. Passing through the timing cones is what starts the time for the run, so getting up to speed quickly is crucial. After passing through the timing cones, drivers follow a sweeping right-hand turn on the left side of the cones, and at the apex, they must transition across to the right side of the cones. Next up is a slalom, followed by a left turn into another sweeper that mimics the first. Again, drivers change sides and set up for another slalom. Exiting the slalom is a big sweeping left-hand 180-degree turn that passes through a gate, and then into a series of 3 boxes that are arranged in a lane change pattern. Exiting the third box, cut left, then into a sweeping right-hand turn to set up for the finish slalom. Exiting the slalom, drivers are back on the accelerator to power through the finish gates, ending the run and recording their time. We join the action here in round 3. Currently in first is Eric Brown in his Subaru, clocking in a fastest run time of 43.295 seconds. My fastest time so far is a 44.960, so let's watch as I make my 3rd run of the day and try to catch him. Okay, off the starting line and through the timing cones. First into the big sweeper, trying to get some speed going, dive into the first slalom, trying to attack those cones and stay as straight as possible. Out of the slalom, into the second sweeper, into the second slalom. As we come out of the slalom, into that big 180-degree turn, and a little skid action there, that'll cost some time. Into the lane change boxes, try and keep as much speed as possible. Out into that final big sweeper. Dive into the final slalom. Power through, straight line, and through the finish gates. And we finished that run with our fastest time of the day, 44.403 seconds. It's not going to do it though, we're still trailing first by about 1.1 seconds. Let's see if we can go into round 4, pick up a little more speed, and shave a little time. And here we go, off the starting line through the timing cones, trying to pick up a little extra speed. Tires talking just a bit as we come through that sweeper, setting up for the slalom. Hard on the brakes to slow down and get lined up. Try to speed through the slalom, out into that sweeper. Again, trying to hold a little more speed. Into the second slalom. Nice straight line through there and through the big 180 sweeping turn. A little bit wide on the outside of that. Again, holding a little more speed. We go a little farther into the lane change boxes. Nice tight line through there. Into the final sweeper. Coming around hard right. Hold on to it. Into the final slalom. Get straightened up. Accelerate and through the gates. So a couple mistakes there cost us about 0.3 off our fastest time. We ended up running a 44.742. Still in second place behind Eric Brown, who ran his fastest time of the day, 42.803. Let's keep on trying and see if we can catch him. Okay, and here's the final run of the day. We got to focus, keep it tight, and keep it smooth. So we're off, holding nice and tight on this sweeper, getting ready for the switch over into the slalom. Nice tight entry into the slalom. Cut that last cone into the sweeper. Keep it tight, balanced, good speed, good line. Down into the slalom. Good straight line through there. Try and carry the speed, not as wide as we did last time. Right through the middle of the gate, looks good. Good entry set up on the lane change boxes. Nice straight line through there. Trying to cut those corners into the final sweeper. Get a good exit on this. Good entry into the slalom. Through the slalom, get the speed on now, and through the gates. And a good run, our fastest run of the day, 43.922 seconds. Eric got a DNF on that, so his time didn't count, but it's not going to matter. His fastest of the day was 42.803. So the final standings for the day: first place Eric Brown in the 2014 Subaru ran a 42.803. We were right behind him in our 2021 Tesla Model S PLAID running a 43.922, only 1.119 seconds behind him. Okay, so not too bad for my first ever autocross event. We took second place. First place only beat us by a little over a second, so I'll take it. Now, what do I think about driving this car, racing this car on autocross circuits? That speed that we love so much on the drag strip, the acceleration, actually is a hindrance on the autocross track. So I ended up taking the car out of plaid mode, putting it in sport mode, just to kind of kill some of that acceleration. What I found was I would come out of corners or I would come through cones and I would hit the accelerator and it actually would shoot me too far. Like I would accelerate too much and then I had to try and slam on the brakes to make the next cone or stay on the course. So, but yeah, that was fine. Put it in sport mode, it did a lot better. The braking in the car is outstanding, so if you were concerned about it, the regen, when you let off the pedal, it does brake the car a little bit. It's probably not enough for running on these autocross tracks. I found that I did have to actually use the brake pedal to slow the car down. But if I just hit the pedal too hard, the car, because it weighs 5,000 pounds, all the momentum, it would just plow right on through the corner or right on through the turn. So I really had to be careful with both the throttle and the brake, but she did dance a little bit. The other kind of downside about this car is how big it is. It's so wide, it's kind of hard to get close to the cones without hitting them, and you actually have to maneuver a lot more than some of these smaller Miatas and smaller Subarus had to. But overall, she ran well. Come back for day 2. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when that video drops. And you'll see we actually did get better the second day. I got a little more comfortable running the car, and so we did a little bit better on the second day. I think someone that's been driving autocross for quite a long time could really move this thing around a lot better. But it's definitely going to be hard to compete with some of those smaller cars, the Miatas and Subarus. But she does hold her own. So thanks again for watching. It was good to see you, and I hope you come back for day number 2. And as always, we'll see you at the races. Take care.